Hi everyone, my name is Ryan Jones, and today I'm going to be demonstrating how easy it is to create and backtest trading strategies with quantum charts. Now, how many of you have ever looked at a chart and just asked the question, I wonder what happens if the moving averages do this, or if price action does that, or if stochastics or %K crosses below 20, or whatever the question may be. Most of us have done that. The problem is that most of us are not expert programmers, and we're not able to really go back and backtest with any kind of efficiency all of these questions that we may have as we look at a chart. So what I have in front of us is an S&P chart. It's a daily bar chart of the S&P with a 128 bar moving average and stochastics applied to the chart. Now what I am looking for is I'm looking for the long-term trend and then a retracement of that long-term trend. So the long-term trend is represented by the 128 bar moving average, and then a retracement is basically any move down in price action during that longer-term trend. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on a bar, and what you'll notice is that when I click on a bar, conditions that are true with that bar populate the condition list over here. Now they're in different categories. It's price action category, then there's conditions with regard to the moving average in price action, the moving average in itself, the moving average in another moving average if I had it applied to the chart, etc., etc. And those are all divided up into categories. And all I have to do is click on what I want to compare with what, and it will provide me whatever conditions are true under that relationship. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's say I want the moving average to be moving up for X number of bars. And certainly I can click on a bar, and this is obvious, the moving average is moving up. So I click on that bar, then I go down here and I click on the moving average against itself. And then it gives me the condition that is true with that with regard to that moving average in itself. So in this particular situation, this moving average has moved higher for 245 consecutive bars. Now that is a long-term trend. However, I don't need it to be that long. So first of all, I'm going to just drag and drop this into my strategy box. Very simple. And then I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to say, instead of 245 bars, I'm just going to say 10 bars. Okay, so then I'm going to take a look at the %K, and I'm going to say, okay, what if %K has moved down a certain number of consecutive bars while the moving average has moved up a certain number of consecutive bars? So you have kind of a divergence between the shorter term or the shorter term %K, which is based on 14 days or 14 bars, and the 128 bar moving average. So I'm going to click on %K against itself, and we'll see that it moved here lower 4 bars in a row on this particular bar. Now all I have to do is change that to 5. I can keep it at 4. I already know I want it at 5, so I'm going to change it to 5, and then I'm going to double click on run, and there you have it. It highlights the bars where both of those conditions are true. Then it gives me a report. As you can see, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, this is after the occurrence. By the time we get to bar 2, 79% of the time the market is above the occurrence bar close by an average of just over 8 points. Only 21% of the time the market is below the occurrence bar by an average of less than 4 points. So what I did is I dragged these conditions into this box, and then it told me that I have a buying opportunity here. I didn't come in with a preconceived idea. Well, I did, but it confirmed that preconceived idea. Sometimes you can go in without a preconceived idea, and then it literally tells you what the opportunity is if there is one. Now what I did here is, for the sake of time, I went ahead and created the short strategy, the opposite of what we saw. And you can see that stochastics %K has moved higher by 5 consecutive bars, and the 128 bar moving average has moved lower by 10 consecutive bars. So I'll apply that to the chart, double click on run, and let's see if we can find there we go. There's one occurrence that it found and highlighted. Here's a report on all of the occurrences. 65%, by the time you get to bar 2, 65% of the time the market moved down by 10.5 points. 35% of the time it moved up by less than 4 points. So here we have a great system that works basically equally on the buy side as the sell side. And how long did that take me to literally drag? It took me way longer to explain the strategy and how to do it than it did to actually drag and drop these conditions in here and look at the stats. So that's just one quick example that I wanted to show everyone how easy it is to create and backtest trading strategy. There's going to be a lot more videos where this came from, so I'm going to end this for now, and I appreciate your time.